So now I'm streaming on YouTube, TikTok, and Stock Market Radio TV and my website. So we're blowing shit up right now. Good morning. Sorry I'm a little late, just a little sluggish today. Plus, we were too busy making money. Hi. And if you guys were watching Tilray, and I hope you were, it was, I would say, 10 times better than I thought it would be, considering I thought it was going to be a shitty trade, and it turned out to be a monster. The only thing we've done so far is trade the Qs, USAR, and Tilray. And the thing about trading, my friends, is that there's an illusion, right? That it's this exciting, riveting, edge of your seat thing. It's not. It's boring. It's monotonous. But when making money is boring and monotonous, but the words we like to use are robotic and algorithmic. Boogie, woogie, woogie. Because the market is rigged. And every once in a while, well, now it's more often than not, the market exposes itself to the rigging itself. And I'll show you that in a second. So let me get this going over here. Right there. Oh, man. I was up. Oh, now I'm back up. All right. So send me an email right now. By the way, I didn't get to the emails yesterday. I know a lot of them get caught in spam. So I got to go check through my spam. But I will get to everybody. And right now, we're celebrating the back-to-back SEC championship Bulldogs. I'm a massive Bulldog fan, but also I'm a JMU Dukes fan, and they're both in the playoffs. So as well as these two teams do, I'm giving out free shit. And normally we don't give out this much free stuff because we're a VIP elite website where people pay a lot of money to be in with us because we know what we're doing. And opposed to 95% of what you see on TikTok and YouTube and the internet, we actually make people money. That's why we're still doing this. And when you hear people talking about the OG of trading or they're the only ones that do something, that's false. I started the industry. I created help these software programs. I was the original first person that ever launched a chat room involving the stock market. There is no doubt. Nobody was doing chat rooms before me. 1996. And then I launched my own website 2003. And then 2007 we changed it. And then 2012 we changed it again. And here we are. All right, hang on a second. So we're keeping it casual. I'm taking questions today. We got a lot of newbies in the house, new people that want to get involved. Hopefully you guys have been impressed by what you've seen already. You should be. It's okay to be amazed by me. I am something special. It's okay. Hey, folks. Oop. Sorry. That's what happens when you cross the streams. So I got the insanity hat on. Perfect timing. I usually wear this hat when I'm sick. It makes me feel better. And if you ever lose your gloves, I had gloves on my head. This hat, if you can believe it, is circa 1991. This was my friend's. He started a clothing line, Rave Wear. Back when raves were brand new, we were creating everything. We had our own, health guy was killing it. Anything the raver wanted, this guy would put it out. Clothing, drinks. He was a drug dealer too, because everybody was a drug dealer at that point. We had a lot of fun. 1991 and 1993, I actually stopped going to college for 6 months to party, which was kind of cool because we were only paying $800 to go to college back then. It wasn't $25,000 or $80,000 like it was today. All right, enough of that story. Let's get into this. Hold on a second. How are you? So hey, what's he doing now? I'm logging on to my other website. I'm running 3 websites simultaneously, and I'm on TikTok. How you doing, Mom? Hey, it's my mom right there. Say hi to my mom. Well, say hi to your mom for me. How you doing? So, what we do on a daily basis, let me just put this over here so you can see me better. Hello. What we do for a living is we trade, right? And people think this stuff is random. Those are the people that lose money. Oh, what's he doing now? He's dead. Sorry to bring the show down to a screeching halt with that comment. A lot of kids didn't make it out of the scene. Heroin, cocaine addictions. Thankfully, I had a good family structure and I realized my partying should come to an end. And I went this way, and a lot of those guys went that way. And when I write a movie, it's all about my friend. Actually, he was like a he was a he was a cool cat, man. Jewish guy. Uh, got into like he was like a gangster for a while. Incredible story, actually. This the life of this kid, and when he passed away, the funeral was standing room only. His father was a rabbi, so you had the rabbis there doing the Hava Nagila. He was also a biker. He was in a biker gang, so you had all these Harley Davidsons showing up, biker gang showing up. He was also uh, with the mob as a bookie. So you had all the hey, you doing you had all the guys with the collars showing up with all their suits, showing up in limos. There was probably 2,000 people at this guy's funeral, and it was pouring rain, freezing cold, and I was like, "This is the opening scene to the movie." And then I would go back because we used to work at a video store together before he became this hardened criminal. And our paths were going together, and then he went that way, I went that way, and luckily I went that way. It's a crazy story, and I've got plenty of stories. But let's talk about trading for a second, right? So fast forward to what we do here. I make a living trading. I've had my ups and downs, and I love talking about my downs. You know why? Because what trading's all about is learning from your mistakes. And I've made every mistake there is. And if you guys want to read a book about it right now, hey, I know what I haven't shared this with you. If you come to my website, I will give you a book that is incredible to read, and it's in the files section. So if you go to the website now, I'm talking about the dungeon people. Click on the word Guzman. Tell them about it. G-Man is my faithful assistant here. Here's one of the Fazoons. He's in both rooms. I want you to click on the files, and you will see Failed Traders, 20 Common Mistakes by my buddy Jeff Goldman. It is a story about every trader that we knew, and he wrote a book about us, about all the dumb things that we've done. And it's a great way to learn about all the mistakes, because trading is very, very hard because there's so many things we do wrong because we're emotional people, right? That's why what we do now is we just let the math and the algorithms tell us what to do. So's Bandits. That's a good one too. Yeah. Have you read that book? That's the origins of my career. Yeah. We were original So's Bandits. But the real book is that Failed Traders book. Here, I'll show you what it looks like. It's on Yahoo. It's on Amazon. But before I lose my train of thought, because I have OCD and ADHD, here's the trader's book. It's in the section of the file section. So drop down the file menu, grab the book, download it, read it tonight. Every one of our mistakes is in this book, and I've learned from the School of Hard Knocks. I've done everything possibly wrong. How can you win if everybody uses the same strategy you do? It's not AI. We have whatever they're basing their trades on, we built it. So we use those AIs against them. But that's a great question. Yes, come involved, get involved, get involved. Kenny Glick at AOL.com, and I will send you a link. And we are partying this week. It's college football extravaganza. I'm a Jets fan. I don't really know what it feels like to win anything. So I got JMU and I got Georgia. Back-to-back SEC championship, Georgia, over Texas and Alabama. So I'm pretty damn happy right now. And that's rare for me because I'm always on edge. Again, I'm always on a mission, right? I'm always angry about something. It's a very frustrating business, but the frustration that I have now is that I feel the frustration of other people. I'm like an empath, right? I get it. I get it more than most people because I've been doing this for 35 years. Yeah, 35 freaking years. Placed my first trade in 1991. Once again, on hallucinogenics in Vegas. I got a lot of those stories. Through my acid trip, I noticed every slot machine was made by one company, and I called my broker when I got back, when you had to call a broker, and I bought some IGT, and my career was launched. My first 3 trades were actually winning trades. There's 12-hour YouTube videos with trading stats, bro. You're not slick. I'm Glick, not slick. Oh, I'm slick. I'm the slickest there has ever been. But cool. And listen, for my friend who just said something I think partially negative, I don't even know what that means. There's 12-hour YouTube videos with trading stats. What does that even mean? But whatever that means, right? Listen, I'm the guy you want in your life. You know why? Because I love cynicism, jadedness, skepticism. I love hate too. Love it. Right? I love hate. The more you hate me, the more you will learn. And if you don't know what movie that's from, don't show up. The more you hate me, the more you will learn. Right? My dumb face, the schnoz that I got, tone of my voice. But when you see these trades work, how well they work and how easy they are to understand why they're working, and you start making money, you will too then say, I guess Glick is pretty slick. And now I'm going to call myself Slick Glick for the rest of the day. Thank you for the nickname. I appreciate it. And that's where I'm at, right? So to this guy's skepticism, that's why I do what I do. Because I am the guru. And that is the name of my corporation. I am the guru. And the word guru has been wrecked. It's been destroyed. Oh, this is my rave hat. I wear it when I don't feel so well. The word guru in itself used to be something special. A guru, trying to help other people, putting your well-being above mine. The true nature of a guru, trying to help, right? I am the guru. Now, again, I don't pretend that I'm doing this for free, but right now we're doing it for free. How much money did I make? I don't know. It depends on what year. Seriously. I guess after 35 years, I've made enough money to buy a couple of buildings, put my kids through college. As the kids are saying now, I'm living my best life right now. And it's not about what I've done in the past. It's about what I'm going to do for you tomorrow, right? What if I told you I turned $300,000 into 17 million? And I'm sitting on a pile of cash right now, around 17 million in cash, and I own 8 buildings. Would that be impressive? What do you care? What do you care, right? What am I going to do for you later? What am I going to do for you tonight? And what am I going to do for you for the rest of your life? What's the matter what I've done, right? Somebody was making fun of my furniture. You know why I got all this money? I don't spend it. All the money I'm going to give is going to get to my kids. You see this sweatshirt? 1992. See this hat? 92. I don't buy stuff. My wife buys shit. So, but I love hate. I love skepticism. What platform are you using? We use a variety of platforms. Thinkorswim is one great one. What you're looking at here is a platform from 2007. But if it ain't broken, don't fix it, right? So, what I love about the platform that I use, and I don't want to give the name because I don't like promoting them. They're not good people. But they got all these scanners, right? Check this scanner out right there. See that thing moving? It helps you. See that one over there? Helps you. And they have the scanners embedded in the platform. And for a low fee of $115 a month, what I pay, I get scanners that, I know this is two words, scanners and scammers. The scammers will try to sell you a scanner claiming that it just finds the winners for you. There are no platforms that spit out winners. Trust me, I don't. It doesn't exist. Doesn't exist, people. There are no scanners that spit out winners. What scanners do is they look for stocks that are doing something that you believe is worth watching, and it helps you find those. But what scanners are doing also is it's overkill. Nobody needs it. How many ideas are you going to trade as a human being in one day? 2, 3, 5? You need one good trade, right? So what I look at it, the market as, it's a vehicle to make money. And if you're wondering, I've been trading since 1992, actually. Yes. Yes. Google me. I was on the TV for a while. I had hair. I'm bald now, probably because of the drugs and the stress. But I really have. And not only have I been trading since 1992, I've been buying silver since. I've been buying silver. I've been buying silver since 1986. And what a trade. I've been buying silver since 86, really on the, I really started getting into it, I guess about, what year is this? So about, 13, 14 years ago, really around circa 14 bucks. I remember paying $24 for the Eagles. My net worth, I said it, roughly 17 mil. What does that matter to you? Rad X. Oh man, shit. Well, if you were trading with us, you would have been selling that Rad X and you would have been killing it. But let me go back to that question again. It ain't about how much money I got. Who cares? Right? You like this hat? How much liquidity do I need? You need some cash? So there, I'll get to that point in a second. Well, because I'm so good at what I do and I'm liquid as shit, right? I own buildings and I'm in cash. I have zero money in the market. You want to know why? Because I think the market's rigged and it sucks. And every stock's going to zero. NEO's going to zero. I believe every stock is worthless. And that's how I trade, right? I trade as if every stock's about to go to zero. That keeps me on my point. That keeps me focused, keeps me on point. By the way, I definitely have a fever because I'm freezing suddenly again. And shit. Damn. I think I actually am sick. Damn it. I don't like being sick. All right, let me go get some more tea. I just got this wave of awfulness that just came over me, but give me a second because I could fight through it. All right, be right back. Stick around, stick around. We're gonna talk about some trades. We're gonna get to know each other a little bit better. Everyone's gonna come to the website. All right, I'll be right back. Oh, baby. All right, we're back. Woofa. Yeah, I actually got some good weed, but man, I'm probably not going to be smoking tonight. So anyway, yeah, I have nothing to gain from bullshitting you, right? But that's why I do what I do. So let's assume you think I'm bullshitting you, right? You're like, all right, tough guy, let me into your website. Bang, done. Send me an email, I'll let you in. And in the first 5 minutes, where are my TikTokers that I've been cultivating over the last couple of weeks? Within 2 minutes into the day, we put a trade on, right? On the stock that we've been trading the last couple of days. And if you've been watching me, right, it's Tilray. Right. So Tilray, I came in thinking this stock's probably going to zero. It got pumped and dumped by the Trump organization. They bought the stock last week. They made their announcement about reclassifying weed. The stock popped. They sold out of it, and it went right back down to where it came from. But today, our lovely, what we call volume weighted average price, we call this the 1 minute multi-day VWAP reversal. Right? So when people say, oh, what stock are you going to do tomorrow? No idea. People who tell you what they're going to do tomorrow, they're guessing. We don't guess. So we don't speculate. We react to what is happening. So we had a couple ideas today. I was looking at Tilray. I'm looking at USAR, right? Because it went through the scanner. The scanner just gave me a heads up. But then that heads up becomes a VWAP break. And a VWAP break triggers more buying. So then we just join in. So what this is doing, it's showing you where algorithmic trading is going on. So schmucks like us, right? We're pikers. We're not moving stocks. We're not like Jeff Bishop over here buying 100,000 share blocks, million share blocks, moving shit, right? He knows what I'm talking about. We're buying a couple thousand shares, which is like a fart in the wind, right? But you want to know when the institutional buying is happening. And when you got a stock that was just shorted yesterday, and then it breaks back over VWAP, all we trade, 1 minute, multi-day. So if it gets over the blue line, you're already a buyer. Orange line, we're taking some profits, but if it gets over the orange line, that tells us that there's even more institutional buying and you want to hang on. So now, if you guys know about options, if you're buying a $10 stock, again, you buy 1,000 shares, it costs you 10 grand. Not everybody's got 10 grand to throw around. Let's say you bought 1,000 shares, 1050, or let's say exactly what I did. I bought it at 1085, sold some at 11, sold some at 1150, blah, 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 whatever the case. The real trade is the options. So instead of having to lay out $25,000 to make yourself 2 grand, here with an option trade, and what options do you buy? You buy at the money, weekly options, because you're trading them in lieu of the stock. And again, if these words are just going over your head, send me an email. I will teach you everything there is to know about trading. Nobody does it better than me. Nobody. Skeptics, bring it all on. Zero, well, the Qs, yes. Hey, fan club. So when you have a trade that works this well, that's when you use options, because that's how you parlay. You parlay. See, it's all gambling. Don't be delusional. All we're doing is taking calculated risks in a rigged casino, but we use the rigging back at the casino. So anyway, here you're buying, basically it's called at the money or in the money. We trade in the money or slightly out of the money. So in this case, it was the 11s. Right, and here it sounds like now, here comes the TikTok ad. Let me put my Yankee hat on. Wait, hang on. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Hang on a second. I don't need anything. I'll call you back. Thank you. Okay.
Should I just get a plug that could go into a USB box? Like, we don't need a box, right?
Buy whatever you want. It doesn't matter. If it's not good, you can return it. I gotta go. I'm online.
Okay, sorry.
All right, see you. So anyway, if I was doing a TikTok ad right now, like that douchebag with the hat and the hair, right? Yo, man, all you had to do was buy this Tilray this morning and you would have got rich, bro. You would have got rich, bro. All you had to do is buy this one trade, bro. Yo, all you had to do is buy this Tilray, bro, and you would have got rich today, bro. Yo, join my service, man. Even though I'm not charging anything for anything, I'm the only guy on TikTok that does this. Yo, bro, all you gotta do is get rich. If I see that schmuck on one more fucking TikTok, I'm gonna vomit. It's the same shit every day. There's a video going around TikTok. It's the same asshole. Yankee hat, long hair, talking about getting rich overnight on a Celsius trade. Nobody's getting rich overnight on a stock that went up $1. Live in reality. See, that's where I live. I live in reality, where I know trading is hard, but we have something that kind of dumbs it down and it works really well every day, but it's a job. You got to work at it, right? Anybody that says you're getting rich as a day trader, or anybody who's that delusional that says you're getting rich overnight, the only person that's getting rich overnight, you were rich the night before. Nobody's getting rich overnight, right? Even if you bought, if you got something that went 100x, which is pretty damn rare, 100 times your money, and you put $2,000 on it. So now you wake up, you got $250,000 in your account, you're still not rich. Nobody's getting rich. Do I hold leaps? I don't hold stocks. Louis Ramos. I didn't mean to use your full name, but the market is a shit show right now. Scares me even to try trading at this moment. Come and join me. It's the greatest trading market ever in the history of trading. I'm not just saying that because I've been doing this my whole life. And yeah, I have been doing this 35 years. I know I'm handsome. I know. It's hard to believe that I'm 54 years old and I've been trading since I was 21. It's hard to believe. I'm not good looking still, right? Look at me. Handsome. 54 years old, 2 kids, right? But what is also hard to believe, right? Am I selling a course? No. You're going to join me in a live trading arena. We look at ourselves as gladiators, right? It's an arena. So I'm going to throw you in with all these lunatics over here, these lunatics over there, and the lunatics over there. It's about 300-400 of us every day. We gather and we trade like a collective, like the Borg, or if you're watching Pluribus, the Hive Mind, which suddenly, I don't know if I like that show anymore, but I still watch it. You guys like Pluribus? Whatever. All right, let me get my tea. I hear it's boiling in the other room. But before I get up for a second, send me an email right now, kennyglick@AOL.com. Skeptics, haters, love you guys. I will show you this is the way to trade. It transcends all time and space and all market environments. Bad market, good market, up, down, sideways. Even on days like this where we're virtually going nowhere, but we've kicked major ass already. Kenny Glick, AOL.com. You got $100 to throw on something? Keep your $100. Keep your $100. Keep your $100. Learn, my friends. Oh, you can't hear me on YouTube? Oh shit! Am I really? Did I blow the microphone or something? You guys hear me all right? You hear me over here? All right, everybody's all right? You okay over there? You okay over there? All right. By the way, this Tilray turned out to be such a freaking monster, and I made some money, but man, AOL's still a thing. Yeah, I'm keeping it real, baby. I still use dial-up. That's why I trade so poorly sometimes. All right, I gotta get some detox tea. Everybody hear me all right? I just got a live restriction from man. What? Oh, what did I? Oh, I said something wrong? Are you kidding me? Listen, that's why I'm doing these TikToks now. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not, but apparently I must have said something. Really? What? What did I say? I just got 2 warnings from TikTok. I didn't even say anything. I had my sword in my hand the other day talking about taking heads. Kenny Glick at AOL.com. So anyway, actually, you know what I'm looking for? I'm looking for, not only am I looking for 3 or 4 traders for 2026 to work with me, I got the Golden Jew, I got some Guzmans, I got Linda. I'm looking for 2 more hardcore people. Oh, is that what happens? I mentioned another website. By the way, I've been flagged now. I've been thrown off YouTube 3 times. They let me back. I've been kicked off TikTok just 1.5 times. They let me back because I was waving around a thing. I don't even know what I can say now. That's why if you come to my website, you can't ban me from my own website. That's why I do it, right? We don't do Discord, but I have a really, really talented friend. He's got his own Discord. He's the greatest analyst there is. He does what he does. I do what I do. But you come to my website. It's private. It's a private site. They can't tell us what to do. That's the best part about it. All right, hang on. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Oh, baby. All right, I don't mean to ignore you guys for a second. Just send me an email. I'll talk to these guys over here. So, a lot of what I'm doing this week is I'm just gathering people. We've got I got a big event Thursday, 3 o'clock. I do a dog and pony show, kind of talk about what I do. We invite some more people to the website. Yeah, I don't like honey. What do you sound like my wife, Ron? Yeah, I can't do it. I don't like a lot of things. Honey, I don't know. It just, ugh. I try. It's just gross. I find honey to be repulsive. But the one thing I do like about living at home and trading from home is I could just turn the computer on and get busy, you know? Oh, wait, I saw some great questions. Hang on. I love it. Blueberry honey. You know what I do like? Blueberry acai tea. I got that. That's pretty good. Do you make most of your money off of options? No, actually, I make most of my money. Well, it depends on what stage of my career. My father and I used to sell puts and we killed it. But the better trade was to buy calls because when you're selling puts and it's working, generally you should have been buying calls and killing it. But we've been selling puts forever. And my dad's the best trader my dad's the man. My dad is the buy and holder. He's long the queues 2003 when my son was being born. I was on the phone with my dad. They're bombing Afghanistan. They're calling it shock and awe. My kid's being born. I'm on the phone with my dad. I think you should be buying the Qs. True story. Shock and awe. War is good for the market. Always has been. My dad says, aren't you having a kid right now? I'm like, yeah, just buy the Qs. And that was 03, April 03. And he's been long ever since, buying every dip. My dad, I believe, invented the phrase buying on dip. But anyway, fast forward to what we do now, right? I've had many careers, ups and downs, left, right, center. And I'm at the point now where everything's clicking because I know what works best. I stay focused on that. I hang out with these guys. I hang out with these guys over here. I hang out with you guys. And my goal now is to bring you all together under one big umbrella and we all kill it collectively. And then we mock the industry like I do, because most of the industry is built on scams and fraud and manipulation. But we embrace the manipulation and we're no longer manipulated. We're the manipulators, right? So now we focus on this trade. And sometimes, on a day like today, December is kind of a quiet month. It's usually mildly bullish, but we got something, we got something different going on right now. A little volatility, which is good. I do better in these kind of environments. So when I invite you to the firm, I invite you to the website, you get to see what you're looking at right here, right? Long on Nvidia, but keep thinking of trimming some. Absolutely trim some right now. Absolutely. But you could do it also, how you trim it without selling it? Deep in the money calls. If you're going to buy puts on your stock, you might as well sell the stock. Hey, what's up? Wow. That's a long time ago. Yeah. But yeah, if you do Google me, you will go down a rabbit hole of dementia and psychotic videos on the internet. I was on 2020, 60 Minutes. I was the poster child for the industry for a while. But let's stay focused on what we do now. So all that stuff, right? 30 something years of doing this has brought me to this point. I know what works, and I certainly know what doesn't work. And the part that doesn't work is what I talk about a lot, because you got to avoid all the pitfalls. You got to avoid all that stuff. The mental anguish, the frustration, the fear of missing out, that's what usually causes you to lose money. And then believing that this is random. None of it's random. It's all rigged. So each day we prove that the market is actually rigged. And today we proved it again with Fat Finger Freddy showing up. So Fat Finger Freddy is a print that comes out of the market out of nowhere, and then suddenly the market goes to that price. That's my proof. And also that I've been doing this for 35 years and watching this stuff happen. Since I've been a VWAPian, as we call ourselves, we devote our lives to this way of trading, right? You will become one of us, and you'll be a better trader for it. Thoughts on the option wheel strategy? It seems to be the thing to do with a lot of these traders. I don't know what that means. A wheel strategy? I don't know what that is. And if I don't know it, I don't know if it's worth knowing. No offense to you. I'm sure it's something interesting. But we only use options now intraday directional trading. I was an option specialist. I was an option principal. I took tests for it back in 91, 92. There is so many option strategies. Most of them are for hedge funds and hedging and long-term investing and swing trading. Now that we are just back to being classic day traders, we just use them for leverage and intraday directional trading. For instance, Tilray, I'm not setting up a collar or a iron butterfly or a triple wing bullshit, not selling puts, not selling calls. I do love a short strangle every once in a while. And if you don't know what a short strangle is, it's when you sell the call outside and you sell the put too, and you hope the stock stays in the middle and you collect the premium on both sides. I don't do much of that anymore either. I do that on the Qs. But right now, all we do is this trade because I've never seen anything work. And now it's been 4 years, not one failed trade. What did I just say? 4 years now, 1,171 trades in a row have worked. Now, I ain't implying that I've taken every single one of those or if I've never lost money. I lost a little money on a trade today, but it wasn't one of those trades. There's a very specific setup that when it shows up on an earnings report, and by the way, Q's long. Hang on a second. I might have to get involved in something. I wasn't planning on putting another trade on. But we keep chopping, and every chop is bought, but every chop is sold into. So what time is it? Yeah, you know what? Let's just chill. So that's where I'm at right now, right? And learning the lingo is a big part of it. Yeah. But we consider ourselves living in the nucleus of the stock market, right? The nucleus is where all the magic's happening, right? Everything built out of the nucleus. You guys took chemistry or physics, nucleus, protons, electrons circling around the nucleus, right? We're the nucleus. So everything happens in here. If you can learn to live in the nucleus, then everything around it is built from the nucleus. And then you can learn from there. But learn the inner workings of the ebb and flow and market mechanics, and then you're in charge. And that is volume weighted average price. I don't recommend too many books in the industry, but if you are going to read a book, it's Brian Shannon's Bible. This is part 2 of the Bible. Speaking of Brian, here's your man. Brian Shannon wrote 2 books. We'll have him on the show in a couple of weeks, probably to start the year off. He is the VWAP. I would call him the Lord of VWAP. If anything, I guess I'm the Emperor. No, the Emperor was Zach. I would be the Darth Vader, I guess, of VWAP. Brian Shannon wrote the book. First one that really kind of mentioned multiple time frame VWAP, which I didn't really understand why that would work, but that's all I do now. And we've taken, and because I've been doing this my whole, for the last decade, we've isolated the time, only price pays, my man. We've isolated the time frames that work the best. And that's what we do. So it's 1 minute, 1 day. My buddy Solid has taken what he was taught by me, Brian, and again, let me give a shout out to a guy you might not know. His name is Zach Hurwitz. Zach Hurwitz was a disciple of Brian Shannon, and Zach was a member of our website, and he was saying, hey, you're trading VWAP almost like by default, because I was just trading candlestick highs and, kind of channeling stocks. And he's like, the VWAP's right by where you're placing these lines. How do you know that? I'm like, because that's how I trade. He's like, why don't you just let the VWAP do the talking? And I was like, who gives a shit about VWAP? And he said, apparently you do. And since that day, I've been experimenting with it, and now we've got it down. And one of my pals, who I showed this to you, who now helps me run this place, runs his own thing. And by the way, see how the Qs were a buy? I just decided not to trade them because I don't feel like trading right now. And again, if you don't feel like putting trades on, don't. Remember, it's a mental thing. I'm not feeling it right now. I'm not feeling so hot, so I'm just coasting. So that's it in a nutshell, right? I mean, it's a big nutshell, but when you start to come to the website and you experience this on a daily basis, you'll start to realize it really is the same day over and over and over and over again. And if that day's a good day, you want to live that day like Bill Murray in Groundhog Day, right? So if you guys don't know that movie, you should watch it. But in Groundhog Day, he was living the same day over and over again. First, he was bewildered by it. Oh my God, what's going on? And then he realized, hey, I could exploit this. And he became the lord of his own domain, which is what we do. And then, of course, inevitably, he lost his mind, which is where I'm at. What stock are we looking at right now? We're looking at the Qs. We're looking at those are the Qs. I'm looking at the same things I was looking at before. QQQ. And the one that we were looking at earlier, which is paying us, which is RZLV. Our traders are still in this name. We're just waiting to see if it breaks the high today. The stops are already in. The profit has been taken. Do any Forex trading? Nobody trades Forex. No, it's an illusion. Nobody trades Forex. I'm going to tell you a secret about Forex. Nobody trades Forex. Anybody that says they make money trading Forex, they're lying. Nobody makes money trading Forex. Nobody trades Forex. The only people that make money trading Forex is the Japanese government. Yeah, awful. But let's go back to the whole premise of my existence right now. Thoughts on the AI bubble burying? I believe it is a bubble, but it's fantastic. I love bubbles because bubbles are short squeezes, and that's how you make money. And the thing about this bubble, I think it's, even though it's being deflated right now, they're going to pump it again. We just crossed into I think this is a new industrial revolution. I'm not joking around. I'm a bearish kind of guy, but what's to be bearish about? We are going into an industrial revolution. This is bigger than the internet boom. It is, because there's going to be infrastructure that needs to be built. The semiconductors are going to be killing it. Quantum computing, as much as most of it's a myth, but there is going to be quantum computing. And a lot of the stocks that you think of now as the quantum computing names are probably going to go to zero. And there'll be a new generation of quantum computing that actually are the profitable companies. So, again, for me, I don't have money in the market because I've been burned too much. That's why I don't buy Chinese stocks. They're all scams. I've been on the wrong side. QBTS, yeah, I dig all the ones that we've been trading, but there's going to be a switch, just like the weed stocks 20 years ago. There was a whole group of a crop of weed stocks. You don't even hear about them anymore because they're all gone. And there's other group of stocks that rose, Cron and Tilray and GRWG and VFF and all that stuff. Inevitably, those are going to go away. And then it's probably just going to be two monster companies controlling the whole weed industry, just like it always is. Most of these stocks are crap, but Tilray is special right now because there's a short squeeze going on and they did a reverse split. And that's why we're all about it. So where did we get involved on RZLV? Well, most of my traders, I can't speak for myself, but I gave the trade. This is the only trade that I was giving out today. Our entry point would be 285, and it behooves you to sell some up here in this chop. And we're still waiting to see if it breaks over 318. So if it breaks 318, looking for 325 and then 350. But I've been trying to make one big point while we've been sitting here this whole time for you guys and you guys and you guys, right? Come and witness it for yourself. Me talking about trades, me talking about the winners after they happen, who cares? Just like asking me how much I'm worth. Who cares? Right? Who cares? I got 5 cars. What do I need 5 cars for, right? Who cares? I got a sick Challenger, 600 horsepower Hemi engine. I got a ridiculous Ram 1500 outside, souped up. I got a roll bar on my Ram in case I want to mount a fucking bazooka to it for some reason. My wife drives a Range Rover. I bought my daughter a GLA Mercedes, cash. Everything I own's in cash. I don't believe in debt. The only debt I have is on one of my buildings. I paid everything off already. What's that matter to you? What's it matter? The question you should be asking is, what are you going to do for me now, fuckhead? And you can call me fuckhead. I don't mind bad language. It's not about what I've done. This industry is about what are you going to do for me now? I get it. Right? What are you going to do for me now? I don't give a shit about your car, what your wife's driving, or your daughter. Oh, I also have a Nissan Rogue for my son. All right, you feel better now? Everybody's got a car. Who cares? Who cares? I don't care. Right? Neither should you. Right? Is 20K enough to get started in trading? Hell yeah, come on in. Come on in. The highlight of that thing was my parents, right? My dad, my mom complaining about me getting sick. She was right. But here, take a look at the cues, right? So remember when I said, hey, I should be buying the cues right now, and I'm not going to because I wasn't feeling well? Well, that trade's starting to work, right? See how it breaks the blue line, goes up, pulls back, holds it. So it's starting to work. But this is a good day to just chill out. You know why? Because there's not that much going on. And that's a big part of what I do is I help you get through the boring days. And let me tell you, friends, on January 8th, there will not be any more boring days. Right? See, that's a fun. See, I know you're joking. My screens aren't big enough. I can't trust your advice. See, that's funny. Wait, are you the same guy that was making fun of my shirt? Somebody said I can't trust a guy wearing a hooded tee. Some guy said I can't trust a 50-year-old guy wearing a hoodie, a hoodie. What was they trying to say? A hooded sweatshirt. And I was like, okay, well, I guess we can't be friends because it's basically all I wear is hooded sweatshirts. January 8th, we start earnings season. Delta Airlines and then the banks. And then it's all hell's going to start breaking loose again. So what we trade mostly is called earnings gap reversions. Did that go over your head? And if you bought the Qs, boom, see? They're making money. I'm not even making any money right now. I'm just sitting here goofing around. Eric's in the Qs. Plan Now's in the Qs. The holy, what was this guy's name again? I loved your name. What was it? This guy. Where'd he go? The Golden Jew. What were you calling yourself? That's a good name. And again, a lot about trading is now there's a guy that's talking my business. Hell freaking yes. Michael Baldwin, come to the website. Only stocks I'm going to be owning soon. Big fan. Did very well in the drone stocks. You know about MOB, MOB, ONDS, PRZO? Drones, baby. Drones. That's why you want to own Tesla. Tesla is going to be building a drone army, a robot drone army. It's no longer a car company. And again, if the market does crash, the first thing I'm buying is Tesla. And right now, if you are long the Qs, Mike knows what's up. Dave knows what's up. There you go. So again, I like to make it all about me, but it's certainly not all about me. It's the fun joke, right? I have a Saab. Yes. What movie was that? All you wanted was a Saab. Frisnit, Sony, Germ. Oh, crazy people. No. What movie was that? When you all you wanted was a Saab. They were all crazy people in an asylum, and they worked for an advertising agency with Was that Robin Williams? What movie was that? Yeah, I like ONDS. Yeah. Plus, my analyst loves that stock. I like when people who analyze companies like something. I like it because of the chart and because every time it goes down and gets bought. Yeah, big fan. Big fan of the drones. Yeah, well, when the market crashes, and I hope it happens soon, uh, well, all you got to do is email me. I'm going to let you in. And then in January, you're going to rise up to the mothership, as we call it. So my website's Hit the Bid, but if you Google me, you'll learn a lot about me. Some good, some bad, mostly good. You know, there's a drone ETF. I can't remember the name of it now. Shit. What's the drone ETF, guys? Was that Jedi? JEDI? I know Straza put together his own ETF about drones, but there was a one. Was it? I think that. Yeah. Well, got me thinking too many things right now. My brain's going to explode. But really, right now, it's about being long the cues because you just pivoted, and this market has now pivoted. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different times. You know, this is the kind of market that would chop the normal trader up. We've been on the right side of most of this chop because we're just trading between today's VWAP and prior day VWAP. And when you're in the chop, you know that you don't want to be selling at the lows and buying the highs. You got to assume it's going to turn. So we don't trade on assumptions. You wait for the turn, and then it breaks over that blue line, and then you buy. And now it's $1.50. So I'll show you the option on this trade right here, which I know my boy Eric's in. So he buys at the money calls because that's what we teach you. So he went and bought the at the money 609s, right? And you see how they broke the blue line right there? That's $1,800. And now that $1,800 is worth $2,700 while we're sitting here goofing around talking about drones. Jedi, right? There's a DRNZ? I like that symbol. DRN. Is there a drones? Oh, ooh, what's this? That's cool. But Jedi, I like when they just create something because a lot of times it's mispriced. So yeah, I'm a fan of the Jedi. But I'm a fan of yours if you bought the cues when I suggested them. See, that's kind of how I run this thing. I suggest, you get involved, you make money, you could thank me, but thank yourself for paying attention because you got a faux show, bro, VWAP break, and you're getting paid. You know what you do now? Take the money. Thoughts on the Andril IPO? I don't know that one. I know there's an IPO coming out, Cereblus. I don't know. Our friend, the analyst, he got us into a stock called VICR, which really kicked ass for us. And he's saying they own part of this monster chip company that's coming out. So if you can't get a part of the IPO, this is a way to own that IPO, VICR. But I got to tell you, man, right now, I got to start thinking Tilray is going higher because now it's doing something that it wasn't doing the other day. It's just consolidating at highs. Chances are, again, this thing was at, it got as high as $14.19 in the overnight session. This was basically 2 nights ago, and then it crashed. But what you're seeing right here, you see where it crashed down to? People think this is random. It's not random. Look where it crashed down to, the orange line. The orange line is taking in all the data that this stock has done over the last 10 days and spitting that out on the chart. So now you say, oh, it's not random. Right. It's rigged to price. Right. And it pulls back to that price, held it today. And that's why we bought it when it broke back over today's VWAP. So it holds the multiple time frame VWAP, brought to you by Brian Shannon. Multiple time frame VWAP. I like looking at multiple days, right? I was on Chat with Traders podcast. Yeah, like 10 or so years ago. Yeah. Hi. Yeah, I've been on every broadcast, every TV station, everywhere. Yeah, now I live my life alone, like a schnook. The other day, I ordered marinara and I got egg noodles with ketchup. I live my life like a schnook. And if you don't know that movie, I don't know what to tell you. But I do live my life like a schnook now. I really don't leave. It was the Australian guy, right? Yeah, he was a cool dude, that guy. So, ladies and gentlemen, I can't believe I'm even going to say this. Hendry. This guy's looking this way. This guy's looking that way. This guy's looking at me. Hey, what do you want from me? See? If you don't know movie quotes, USAR, I blew the trade earlier. Yeah, it worked, but my faithful assistant Linda got back in, saved my bacon. Yeah, I got in. It popped. I wound up getting out on the roll. I made a little bit. It rolled over. I was forced out of it, and then did a little faux show, bro. Doopsie doo. Actually, I like the stock down here, but I want to see it crash back down to 1250. That's why, again, I'm a bear with purpose. I want the market to get slammed so we could get some stocks cheaper. Right? I have a purpose here. I don't want people to lose all their money. My dad's my dad's 82 now, and he's freaking still loaded up with growth stocks. He's insane. But you know what? It's working. He hasn't sold anything. And when the market gets volatile, I was saying to my friend over there, instead of selling your stock or buying puts, if you're buying puts on your stock that you own, then you obviously think it's imminently going down. You might as well dump the stock. So do what my father does. He goes out 3 months and sells at the monies or deeper in the money calls to offset the momentary volatility so he doesn't have to sell. For instance, let's say you got the Qs and you're thinking we're going to pull back 40 points, but you don't know when those 40 points are coming. Let's say the next couple of months you think we're going to get some volatility. So what he would do is he'd go out to, let's say, let's call it March, and he'll sell. Where are they? 610s. He'll take 30 points and sell the 610s for $30. So now at least you got 30 points of wiggle room as the market's showing some volatility. Because again, if you're buying puts on a stock you own, why? Just dump the stock. Because if you're buying puts on something, you obviously think it's going down. Plus, you're laying out cash to hedge yourself. Why would you do that? Just dump the stock. And if it starts going back up, you buy it again. Or if you really want to hedge, do it the right way, deep in the money, give yourself 3 months, and you take in 30 points. So now, let's say they drop 20, you're still up 10. Market goes nowhere, you collect the 30. And if you're wrong about the volatility, who cares? They just call the stock away from you and you collect the 30 points anyway. It's a win-win-win. Obviously, you crash, you get smoked. 30 points is going to help compensate, right? There you go. Yeah, you lose twice on the stock. So I know everything there is to know about the shrimping business. You could fry it, you could boil it, you could bake it. And I know that you should be taking profits on every trade you have right now. Oh, my dad is a long-term investor. He's owned Cisco since 1999. He's been in Oracle since the IPO. Sick bastard. I tried to get him to sell. At least he sold the $300 call against the Oracle. I begged him. I pleaded with him. I did 2 bad trades for my dad in 1999 and 2000. He still hasn't forgiven me. And I was like, Dad, you're just like a typical member of a chat room. Other things have happened since then. Ruined the relationship. I mean, we're friends and he's my father and we love each other. But he doesn't take my advice as much as you'd think he would. Plus, he knows what he's doing. And I did 2 terrible trades and I really got freaking hammered. I was short in First Solar. You guys know First Solar, which I never look at the stock anymore because it hurts my feelings. It is forever known as fucking shorts left and right. First Solar. Because, bro, I don't. That was one of the worst. I mean, the thing was going up in 20-point increments in my face, and I didn't know what to do. I had to eat that thing, and you know what? I had to. It was terrible, and that's why shorting is very hard. Shorting is short-lived, and you're gonna die, or ruin your relationship with your father. Yeah, I had 2 bad trades, and that was it. That's all I ever hear about. Even the other day, he's still talking about this Akamai trade. I sold some calls on the stock and it wound up going up like 300% and we got called out. And that was it. By the way, did you just see what the Qs did? That was pretty sick. What the I mean, this is some dumb chop right now. But I got to tell you, this Tilray, if you guys are still in it, do not sell it. You might be about to blast off again and you still got room to 1420. Holy macaronis. So 1357 is big, right? Because that was the print in the overnight. That was real. I know you can't tell, but. And then there was the Friday afternoon. Let me just give you the whole lowdown here. So we started buying it here. No, sorry, that's not. Wait, yeah. The 850s, right. Then it got the gap on the news. Sell off, rallied. We got involved, held it into Friday into the close. And then it rallied all the way to 8 p.m. I'm selling it here. Gap Sunday evening. Smash down. Trade right back to where it came from. And we've gone full circle. So now you just got to assume that you're going to complete the circle and get up to that 13. The aftermarket trading was around 1365, I think it was. Let me go make sure. I sold it at 1340, and then it went up about 25 more cents. The 8 p.m. high, $14.12, and then opened up. Yeah, you're probably going there. But listen, I don't feel so hot. I got to tell you. Usually I could keep going forever. I got to chill. All right? So send me an email. I'll get you into the site. We'll get to know each other. I'm going to go back to sleep, I think. I feel like shit. All right. Farewell, my friends. Farewell. Hopefully and again, what's the wonderful part about what we do is we have our secret weapon. He shows up when he wants. I never know when he's going to show up. He's like a phantom. Our friend Solid Jello. And when he shows up and he shows you his wares, he's taken what I showed him and has expanded on it to just bringing it all home. And it's a treat when he shows up because I could sit back and listen to him. It's fantastic. But let's get to know each other. Come on, just send me an email, KennyGlick, AOL.com. I'll probably resurrect myself in about an hour and a half. I feel crappy. All right. Nice hanging out. Tamiflu. Yeah, I don't know if I'm not at the Tamiflu stage right now. I'm on the Advil cold and sinus, which I think is making me nauseous now. Because there's like meth in there, right? Smoke some meth. All right, y'all. I'll see you guys, and hopefully I'm all right by Thursday night because it's going to be a big one. Last schmooze of the year. And I'll see you guys later.